And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my peepo. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you. And it only costs you, what, a little flick of the finger? Can't you flick your finger for the channel, y'all? Come on now. Now, y'all, today's story, we have another politician calling for your girl, Ilhan Omar, to be deported from the country. You know, when I first started talking about people getting deported, it seemed like a long shot. You know, this was many months ago, y'all. Still this year, though. And I thought that would never happen. But now, oh, how things have changed. It seems, now I'm not gonna say it seems likely, but it definitely seems more like it's in the realm of possibility. Particularly because for so long people have accused Omar of having married her brother. I never looked into it until today. I mean, not seriously. And I found an actual report about this. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. This is wild. Y'all have been saying that in the comments for so long. And I'm like, yeah, conspiracy theories or whatever. But looks like there was some actual investigation into this. So we're going to take a look today at, again, the most recent politician calling for Ilhan Omar to be deported. And also, what did she do with her brother? Let's go ahead and get into it. But before we do, y'all, make sure you take care of your money. I'm not going to make this a long one, y'all. Go to Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com, or call 844-651-8334, 844-651-8334. If you have $50,000 to $100,000 or more in your retirement, protected from inflation, protected from monetary debasement, you're about to retire. Make sure your money's still there and it's still worth something by investing at least some of it in gold. Talk to our partners at Augusta Precious Metals. Go click the link now, get the free information, and protect your precious retirement.
And also, while I still have your ear, you also recently called for the deportation of Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar over her criticism of President Trump's military parade, response to the Los Angeles riots. Do you still stand by that, given growing concerns over lawmakers' security?
What I'll say is this: you have leaders in this country that are attacking our country. They're fighting with the principles upon which America was founded. If that's going to happen, you don't have to stay here. You can go home. You can leave this country if you hate it so much. But I'll tell you this, as you see these leftist radical members of Congress running to immigration, ICE facilities, trying to obstruct justice, they're not going to be able to get to the middle of the Everglades. I'll tell you that. So if they want to try to get down there, we welcome them.
So that was not the only politician. There's been many politicians who have called for Ilhan Omar to be deported from the United States. And in fact, we're going to do a flashback here in a few to another, actually a fellow House of Representatives member who called for, he didn't quite call for her to be deported. He just said that our country would be better if she were. So it's kind of a, kind of a politician-y way of saying the same thing. We'll get to that in a moment. But first we have to take a look into this brother thing, this potential immigration fraud thing. People have been spamming this in the comments so long, and I'm like, I've never heard anything about this. But today I'm like, let me go ahead and let me look into it. It wasn't hard to find. It really wasn't. I should have looked into it sooner. So let's go ahead and I'm going to present to you this report on potential brother marrying, which would be serious fraud, marriage fraud, and immigration fraud, and maybe some other types of fraud as well. Let's take a look at this. Can't believe it.
So it's been known for quite a while that Ilhan Omar apparently married her own brother to help him gain entry illegally into the country. That's a violation of immigration law. That actually happened, it turns out. And now we're learning the FBI had evidence to confirm it, but didn't do anything about it. Miranda Devine is an actual journalist. She works at the New York Post, where she writes a column. She joins us tonight to explain what exactly happened. Miranda, thanks so much for coming on.
Pleasure, Tucker. Well, some basically Republican operatives up in Minnesota decided to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on private investigators to really find out if Ilhan Omar was a genetic match, the DNA match to the man who was her second husband. They went to 3 continents. They found a cigarette butt and a drinking straw, which they sent it to a DNA laboratory and found conclusively that the DNA matched, that the second husband was a sibling, according to this DNA sample. So the very day that they were going to unleash this on the world, and in fact I was interviewing one of the people involved, the FBI swooped on the gentleman, Anton Lazaro, from this Republican PAC up in Minnesota, and arrested him on some different charges. Who knows whether he's guilty or not guilty. I mean, he's not guilty until proven, but he's in jail. And so his story never got to see the light of day. I mean, luckily he'd told the FBI they were not interested. They told him the statute of limitations had run out. We managed to see the website before he took it down, before he was arrested, and managed to report the story such as it was.
I wonder, just kind of spitballing here, what will be more shocking to her fellow liberals? The fact that Ilhan Omar had an incestuous marriage to her own brother, or that she smoked cigarettes? Which will they be more stunned by?
Definitely the latter, and they've got photographs of her smoking the cigarettes, so I don't think that's at all in doubt.
Yeah, incest is just a kind of alternate lifestyle, but smoking a cigarette, that's immoral. So just to be totally clear, she did marry her brother, we know that. Not only repulsive, but illegal, it's fraud. She's not been indicted, she's not gonna be indicted, that's totally cool now?
Well, the FBI was told by one of these associates of these people that found the information and was just told no, that they've just decided the statute of limitations has run out on marriage fraud, even though there's no statute of limitations on immigration fraud.
Yeah, or on smoking cigarettes, apparently. Randa Devine, great to see you tonight. Thank you so much.
So what do y'all think about that? I mean, can that possibly be true? That's crazy. That's sacrilege in pretty much every religion in the world that I know of. I mean, there's no religion that I know of that will allow that. There's no country that I know of that will allow that. So that's just, if true, that's just bad all around. But now, y'all, let's take a look. Let's do a quick flashback because, again, the AG of Florida is not the only person who has called for Omar's deportation. There's probably been many people at this point. But one of our biggest videos, one of our most viewed videos, was when Representative Gill said that the United States would be better if Ilhan Omar were to be deported. Let's take a look at this that Representative Gill said earlier this year. Now, y'all, Ilhan Omar was on CNN today, and she was talking about a petition that Representative Brandon Gill has been circulating about having her deported from the United States. So in case you don't know, and we will flash back to this, we've covered this in other videos, but in case you haven't seen it before, we will have Representative Gill talking about this. But Representative Gill has made no secret about the fact that he feels the United States would be better if the country could get rid of Ilhan Omar. And of course, because she was on CNN today and they wanted to get a nice little provocative soundbite, they asked her about that. And in her characteristic way, Ilhan Omar attacked not only Representative Gill, but also attacked his constituents, as you will see here, calling them some pretty undesirable names that, frankly, I don't think are very becoming of a politician, of a sitting United States House member. But let's go ahead and get into it, and you be the judge. Let's take a look.
I want to follow up with something else because we recently had one of your Republican colleagues, Brandon Gill, on the show. He said that America would be better off if you were arrested and deported. He also said that there was audio of you advising what he said are illegal immigrants here from Somalia on how to evade ICE detection. Just want to follow up with this post that you had on X. You said that Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, a U.S. citizen, should be deported to her home country of Somalia. Omar became a naturalized citizen at 17. Why did you do that?
Well, listen, my colleague Ilhan Omar, she is an American citizen. She is a member of the House of Representatives. I didn't call for her to be deported, but I did say that America would be better off were she deported. I think that there is a serious problem, particularly given after the past 4 years of open borders, of Democrats facilitating the invasion of our country by illegal aliens. My colleague Ilhan Omar was advising illegal alien Somalis on how to evade ICE detection. That is as un-American as you can possibly get. It's unbecoming of a congressperson.
What
and
evidence?
I absolutely
Where are
think
you
that
getting
it is
that from
disgusting.
specifically? Where are you getting that from specifically?
We have the audio of her doing that.
But do
It
you
was
think
in an
that
interview.
she is a duly elected member of Congress?
She has a
Her
duty to
constituents
uphold
put
the
her in
values
office.
and customs of America,
you're
not
su-
to represent foreign illegal aliens who shouldn't be here to begin
Okay.
with. And I think that
She's
raises serious
is
questions.
helping people understand what the laws are. But listen,
That raises serious. To whom is she most loyal? Illegal aliens, Somalis, or American citizens?
She's representing
I think
her
that's a very
constituents
legitimate question.
as a member of Congress. Congressman Brandon Gill, I really appreciate your time. I appreciate this conversation. I think it's really important.
So do I.
And I think our viewers appreciate it as well. Thank you so much, Congressman, and look forward to, and I want you to respond to that.
Yeah, I mean, again, these are people who have really stopped caring about our institutions, really stopped caring about our Constitution. We know that folks who are here, whether they are documented or undocumented, we know whether you are a permanent resident or you're a citizen, you have constitutional rights. And it is really important for people to know those rights. I know that it is red meat for his base that are xenophobic and racist to say to them that I am going to find a way to arrest and deport a member of Congress who he thinks is doing something wrong when I am doing the right thing in trying to make sure everybody that is within my constituency has the resources and the information that they need.
And she was democratically elected by members, by the people in her district.
Yes, of course. But just to follow up very quickly, just be clear, you're not calling all of his base xenophobic and racist, right?
Well, I mean, he is feeding to something. He has a petition out. He's getting donations. That's what this is all about. He knows he can't deport me. There is no grounds for my arrest. So this information is only being put out there by him for a reason, and that reason is because he has a base that feeds off of that.
Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, thanks so much for coming in.
No, I appreciate you all for having me.
Thank you very much for your
Please
time.
come back.
So out of all the topics and the people we cover on this channel, without a doubt, Ilhan Omar is, in my opinion, the most controversial, judging from the number of comments we get, the number of unsubscribes, the number of thumbs down, etc. She is the most controversial based on the feedback from you all, from the community. Now, as you can see, whenever she goes on to a news program, they are looking for a soundbite. They're looking to give her an opportunity to say something that is going to be viral or that could go viral, right? So they line her up with this kind of question. Hey, what do you think about Representative Gill, who says you should be deported? At the end of the day, as of right now, as of today, right? To have a United States citizen, member of the House of Representatives, to have her deported as of today would take a lot of heavy lifting. And CNN, they already know that. They know that this is not something, even if it were going to be on the table eventually at some point in the future, they know that as of today, this is something that Representative Gill has said. Maybe this is a personal wish, right? But anytime she goes on a program, they ask her about it. Why is that? Again, the reason why is because they want to then be able to clip it up, send it out there, and have that as advertisement basically for their network and for their program. And the thing about Ilhan Omar is she could very easily brush it aside, but no, Ilhan Omar, she likes to go in and engage in this kind of rhetoric as well. So instead of kind of brushing it aside as maybe something that one person has said, as something that's incendiary that one congressperson has said, no, she replies basically slandering his entire constituency, his entire base, calling them xenophobic, calling them, you heard what she called them, words that I don't even want to repeat personally. And so as you can see, it's this kind of push and pull where they're giving her this opportunity and she seems every bit as happy just to take it. Now, I'd like to hear what you all have to say. You all seen the video, right? You saw what Omar said today. You saw the flashback to what Gil said previously. Let me know your comments in the comment section. But before you go further, stop, please. Hit the share button. Share this video out with, put in somebody's text message, somebody's WhatsApp, somebody's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, or all 5 of them, right? And if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Thank y'all. Thanks for watching. Love y'all. And we see you back in the next one.